Good evening. My name is Torres, founder of the new government of the people, or simply put, the new GOP. Thank you for taking time to listen to this message. I wanted to have a word with the American people on the shenanigans that are occurring up at Capitol Hill. Although there is a lot to cover, I only will touch upon 3 points. First, the government shutdown. Second, taxes, particularly the vehicle property tax. Lastly, the dilemma concerning the protests in Portland, Oregon. For the second day in a row, thousands of Americans are home due to the inadequate handling of our annual budget process. In America, time is money, and it is a shame to see these unproductive hours mount up because two parties can't together bring forth a succinct national budget. I applaud the efforts of the House to put together a budget to bring before Congress, but why so late? Many of our elected officials have been in office for over a decade and can't manage to get this budget over the finish line in time. Let me give you a general reminder. Come October 1st, 2026, you will, as planned, have to present and pass a budget on behalf of our nation. So, I am personally affording you all 363 days notice. If you have been to the House for 44 years and 273 days, then don't you think it's time to go? Once again, if you have been in Capitol Hill for 44 years and 273 days, I think you can say it's Miller time. The American people are stupefied at the notion that politicians want to remain in power that long. For you Jurassic period politicians, I say thanks for your service. You've done more than what was asked, but it's time for you to step aside for new leadership so that we can help fashion the future of our great country, which includes you. The new GOP is not a faction of the existing Republican Party, but an independent, nonpartisan organization that simply will become the party of the people, not the party of a particular color. Again, on the budget. Pass a budget that sits well with your conscience, one that you can live with and that your grandchildren and great-grandchildren can pay for. To my fellow veterans and also the civil servants and contractors, take a good look at our leaders and how they've handled the situation in the past. CR after CR after CR, to the point where they can't even pass a CR, let alone a firm budget. It is an affront to the hardworking people in all capacities of government and a dismal failure on the part of our elected officials that can't seem to get a good grip on devising and passing a budget. Although this created crisis will pass, it leaves millions of Americans at risk of having to catch up with bills, pay a mortgage, and pay off loans on the front end. On the back end, dealing with the repercussions of what a few hundred politicians have agreed upon behind closed doors on behalf of over 340 million Americans. In 2018 to 2024, here in Virginia, GOP leadership at all levels repeatedly deflected my plea to help America, ignored my interest in conversations dealing with the problems then and the problems to come. Now, there is a push to beat out the Dems in my state, promising ridding this state of the vehicle property taxes, something that I've been foot stomping since 2018. Well, if it was for something that seemed like the right thing to do back in 2018, why wait till 2025 to flash that carrot in front of us? Why, Bronx? Why? The new GOP believes that it is senseless to tax someone on property they paid for, already own, and have already been taxed on, No state in the United States should be paying a vehicle property tax year after year. Not one. Prince William County, if you're hearing this, push hard on our Board of County Supervisors and politicians on both sides to do away with the vehicle property tax. I challenge the governor of the state to step up and do right by the people. The 1796 Tangible Personal Property Tax Act belongs perhaps to your generation, but not ours. End the vehicle property tax and don't wait. Regarding what's occurring in Portland, Oregon, I want to thank Tina Kotek of Oregon and Portland's Mayor Keith Wilson, who are keeping level-headed as they work to handle the ongoing protests. I hope that the lawmakers in Washington listen to the people and their grievances. I also ask that law enforcement understand that protecting and protesting is not a hate crime, but a call from the people to our government for change. So listen. This is for our illustrious leader, President Trump. Mr. President, Portland, a war zone? Really? A war zone? When you first came into office, you claimed to be smarter than all the generals. No, Mr. President, you aren't. With all due respect. You may be smarter than AE2, but not a general. Portland, Oregon is a city that is over 145 square miles and has over 600,000 people, Mr. President. I don't see 600,000 riders out there. And thank God we live in a country where the American people can see for themselves that your statement is actually an overstatement. The new GOP supports the right to peaceful protests, and if that gets out of hand, then that is why God made police. Soldiers should not be in the streets in any capacity to be dealing with this. If the governor asks for assistance, then that would mean that there are literally 600,000 citizens storing ICE facilities. For those at ICE, I understand you have your orders, but there is still a term called reasonable and excessive force. Do not allow yourselves to be shoved over that line in the sand. The Senate and Congress must exert their own power and strength to ensure there is a balance of power. Furthermore, Mr. President, let me remind you of the U.S. Constitution's 22nd Amendment, ratified in 1951, which explicitly prohibits any person from being elected to the office of president more than twice. In case you need help in addition, that will be you, Mr. President. To my friends and family, and even co-workers that come across this message, do not be quick to judge. Some of you have sent me messages that read like I was in support of all that I am against. Get your facts straight. This is not about me. This is not about a party. This is about us, the future of our country. The picture is clear. The new GOP will be a party for all Americans across party lines. There's no such thing. There's no 100% Democrat nor Republican walking earth. This is America. This is your country. So why not support the creation of a party that is receptive to all Americans? It just makes sense. Thank you for your time, and God bless America. Join me and support the new government of the people. New, because no one walks into a mall looking to purchase a rotary phone anymore. The new GOP.